So I was really pleased that people engaged with my piece in Times of Israel about Rembrandt. And you see here, and what's really crucial about the painting is that the person who is supposed to see, Balaam, doesn't see, and the donkey actually does here. Now look, oopsie, see, look, you can see the Balaam's eyes are, oh, they're red. It's like they're burnt out. He can't see at all. The sages say, of course, he has one eye because he sees things only from one perspective. And here are those newspapers. It's the prefabricated. Balaam is not a living prophet. He's a prophet who comes with a prefabricated, it's like a newspaper. Um, and Rembrandt's paintings are always, in some sense, about seeing. And here, for example, we see different people seeing. Interestingly, the angel is looking at us. These two guys are of interest. Um, he's praying. It looks like God. I didn't even see that before. He's Catholic. He's holding whatever they hold in their hands. It's called a rosary, and that's a little upside down cross. Now, we'll come back to that. But this guy is kind of lost in space. This guy is like an aristocrat who has no idea what's going on. Rembrandt very frequently will show in his paintings bad readers. So we looked at the eyes, look at the other eyes in the painting. There's the horse who looks with a certain kind of insight. Let's see if we get back to a bigger version of the horse's eye. Um, he has a certain kind of insight, obviously, and this horse also. And when Rembrandt's angel looks at us, he's essentially telling us, well, you're also reading. Are you going to get this wrong or are you going to get this right? We can go back to the Catholic image. Um, so I didn't mention in the article, and these guys must be mentioned. Who are these kids, right? What's up with these kids? So in the um, drawing of the Akedah, the sacrifice of Isaac, we see in the background, in the very, very background, Eliezer and Ishmael. The Torah, the Bible refers specifically to both of them, and Rembrandt imports them here. It looks like, but then there's also these kids over here. Rembrandt was a Christian. And we see here that's a cross, right? And we see here that's a chalice. And Rembrandt, it's so interesting the way he does this, is Rembrandt is not giving up his Christianity. He's not Jewish. However, he lets the Jewish painting speak. In the very, very background, you can see these two kids. Now you might say, oh, even Rembrandt is appropriating the Jewish Bible for Christianity. And the answer is no, he's actually not doing that because he lets the Jewish Bible speak. Yes, in the background. And also we can see over here, if you look real close, there's a cross, it's upside down here. It's either a rosary or a cross, as I always say of Rembrandt. If you see it, it's there. Um, and Catholicism would be a no-go for Protestants in Northern Europe at this time. It would represent a certain kind of corruption. But here's Rembrandt's own religion in the shadows: the chalice, the cup, the cross over here. And the angel's still looking at us. That's the thing about Rembrandt's painting. He doesn't stop looking. And let's also go back to what the horse says, what the donkey says. I mean, I'm always distracted by these newspapers. It's like he comes with the New York Post. Um, the donkey says at a certain point, what have I done to you? Have I ever done this to you before? And there is a saying among the rabbis, the Hillel the elder, don't do unto others that which you don't want them to do to you. And that's essentially what the donkey says to him. And this is a kind of revelation that is coming from nature. Now, in 5 years, the great philosopher Spinoza will be born, and maybe they hung out together. Spinoza understood that nature itself is invested with the divine. This is almost a Spinozan painting before Spinoza. Look at these things over here, the plants over here. It's like nature is pushing up. Nature has its own force. You see the horse also pushing up. And if you look closely here, oopsie, if you look closely here, we have to go a little closer, but they're almost here. If you see right over here, it's almost as if these two men are being subsumed into the green, into the natural. They're non-beings, they're non-people. It's nature that's alive here. See it again, right? Pushing up. And Spinoza, he would have advocated, or he would have understood, not advocated, he would have understood this kind of meaning. And, we speak of a revelation, of course, of Sinai. And the revelation of nature is really, it's basic common sense. Don't do unto others what you don't want others to do to you. And the horse speaks, and Balaam doesn't listen. And the question is, and Balaam doesn't see. I mean, such a great painting. And the angel is saying to us, can you see? Or what are you seeing? Every Rembrandt is an adventure in reading, in understanding, in revelation.